All right, time is 11:39. Welcome to the tax planning and zoning committee. Here.
Ferguson. Here.
Here. Yes, look at the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Give me a second. Favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Passes. Anybody have any public comments today? Moving on to comments. Claims.
Motion so moved.
One for the claims.
That's
Very good. Can I get a second? All right.
Hughes.
Yes.
Ferguson. Yes.
Yes. Has been approved. We're going to go to Department of Reports. We're going to start with County Clerk. She's not here. We move on to the Treasurer. He's not here. We're into assessment. Julie. I'm sorry, Nina.
Okay, so all I really have for today is just the preparation of the rate setting EAVs at a high, medium, and low level, and I've shared those with Jill for her to plug them into her numbers, so.
Can you give me the numbers, please?
Yes, I have a low, just kidding.
All right, moving on. Go on to planning and zoning. That's all you have, man.
Yes. So the sheets that I gave you guys, most of it had already been previously emailed out to you. We had 208 permits so far for the year is what I have issued. For October, we wound up with, after the DBA fees and inspection fees, with a positive $3,394.38. However, that is a little misleading because Jeff did not submit his time sheets. So it is a little misleading. Doug and I met briefly about discussing fee changes. We're going to have to meet again, obviously, to get that hammered out. But we believe that both of us are of the same mindset that we should have a minimum and then plus square footage addition onto that. I reached out to Dan Raymond and he has agreed to resign his position at CBA. He said he would send me an email stating that, but I have yet to receive that, so I will reach back out to him again. The claim has been submitted to pay Bruce Harris for the zoning lawyer from the ARPA fund, and that project should begin within the next couple of weeks. And until that is completed, I really can't even think about how to go forward with Esri or another GIS license, and so to finish that first. Public Act 103-621 becomes effective 1/1/25. And what that is stating is that any loading permits for disabled veterans or their caregivers will be free of charge as long as the permit is to accommodate their disability. For us at a county level, we're probably looking at ramps to enter the home is where we will primarily see that. There's a large expansion for Midwest Poultry in Loda. The Department of Ag has issued the approval for that expansion. And I spoke with the project manager this morning, and although we have already issued 2 permits for that, there will be 2 additional buildings along with that permit. So, I'll be looking at, Department of Ag to make sure that the entire project has been approved and not just a portion of it. And then, we have the, 10-day letter that I provided all of you a copy with. And, Jim and I were already planning to get together this afternoon. And so your meeting request, Kathy, just worked out perfectly into that. And that's all I had.
Questions for? All right, well, here's to have the tell us about discussion and action resolution, possible sold through the joint tax process. Those are. Having that phone, you can send it to me, didn't you? Parcels are tax process.
Moved.
Hughes,
Yes.
Ferguson, yes, Dukenyak.
Motion passed. All right, discussion and action on ZBA hearing from Carswell, Wilson rezoning.
I sent all of you, the minutes from that meeting. The Reader's Digest version of that is that, Austin Carswell and his wife purchased additional parcels of land so that both sets of parents could, build homes right there beside them. Basically, it's just rezoning to RH1. For their parcel so that it can be done. Pam from the township is here because I asked her to make sure that the culvert or the driveway, if they had taken that step, because I wasn't sure if that had been done. And that has all of the approvals for septic and well, the survey, everything is in line. I don't know if they have anything else that they would like to add to what I just said. Deborah, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
You're talking to us. You gotta throw stuff at us.
No, we can't think.
No, no. If it's all there, it's, easements are there, the permits for the well and the septic, it's all been done. It's all good.
This has been, I think the first time Austin contacted me about this was sometime in January. So we have been getting to know one another quite well.
Yeah, and they're here for us and the will.
And the Wilsons, exactly.
Yeah.
Because like I said, one parcel will be for them and, one parcel will be, for the Wilson.
No, I don't have any questions. Did receive this, did make a motion to approve the proposed rezoning of the property stated.
I'm saying that. Any discussion on it, Stephen?
Yes.
Yes.
Ferguson, yes, Dukenyak.
Yes. All right, discussion and action on the 2024 levy. Yeah, Joe?
Going into the lobby.
Okay, so levy, every year what I do, is I'd like to reiterate that it is the tax committee's responsibility to research and look at these and make their decision. So to help you do that, I prepared these worksheets which will show you a low and a medium and a high, based off of the assumable taxable EAV that I received from the assessment office. So if you take a look at your worksheets, and I'll explain it because we do have some newer people in the room. Your fiscal year 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 are actual numbers that come from the tax computation reports received from the county clerk's office. The fiscal year estimated to date 2023 numbers, I also get that pulled from DevNet to show the most accurate number that we have at the time that I prepared these. Your max rates, those are listed and I emailed them to you along with the worksheets this year, to show you where the tax rates come from, unless there was a previous resolution passed stating that there are specific rates. And I believe we only have one that's like that. So then what you'll see below for those, and it's a little hard to see on these because I don't have a color printer, so I apologize, but your email copies are colored. So the blue, which are maximum levy for county funds, those are your property taxes, highway, bridges, matching tax. So those are what is requested through the budget process, that we're predicting that we're going to receive. And then anything in red, which is mental health, public health, veterans assistance, tort and liability, cooperative extension, developmental disability persons, and historical documents. Those are levies that are requested by outside organizations of the county government, and those are given in July at budget hearings. And then anything in green, which is your IMRF, your liability insurance, social security, unemployment insurance, and workers' comp insurance. Those are what's called a zero rate fund, and we levy for what is needed. So when I present those budgets in July, I take a look at what we presently have in the fund balance, and then take a look at trying to come up with the best estimate of what will be needed. And those are those funds that are put into there. So you'll see those listed on the side. I also include a description of their budgeted from worksheets and the exact amount that is currently sitting in our approved for public viewing budget. That's out there. Now, when I get the assumed taxable EAV from the assessment office, that's where you'll see underneath the chart. It states your previous extensions and what those came in as. And then obviously if we trigger for a truth in taxation, it's gonna be above 5%. And unfortunately this year with the amounts and the taxable EAVs, If you go with a low, a medium, or a high, you're gonna have to have a truth in taxation discussion in the email. That's what I got.
Yes, explain in English. This is the first time I see this.
Just made mention of that. And this is on no ones, right? What? That's not right, it's right now. I'm learning as we go, so I'll share with you. You all the money you budgeted for, here's the total. We're slightly under what the low, if you compare that.
So this is a couple of this. Okay.
This people. Yeah, I think it looks pretty similar to.
Questions are on this thing.
Is there a trend or any type of?
treasures.
That's touched all.
Those numbers are.
You need to start making recommendations.
Let's go. It's just recommendation full company. I know she won't want.
So then we're just moving this along to the county board to look at, so this can give us some time to have any. We'll get a handle on it. Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman? Yeah. Do what's going on. I'm sure they're talking. I'm just looking at it. No, they have to. No, I didn't say you have. No matter what, right?
This is really.
They don't want me to yell at. Police don't want me to yell at. Nobody comes. Too bad.
So we posted a.
You know, this is the second year that I've kind of discussed this too, and with the property values being assessed the way they are and the market going crazy, you're gonna, it's gonna be a truth and taxation situation. I'm gonna assume for the next couple of years.
I would think so. I'm still.
I mean, and the numbers that we put in for county purposes are as minuscule as they could be. I mean, I haven't even levied for IMRF funds because of the fund balance in a few years. So I'm keeping an eye on it. If it falls below a certain number, I'm gonna start increasing it, but we're fully funded, so we're going there, but.
And again, as I explained in that one meeting, you know, my hands are tied. The state gives me a P-tax form that says where our percentages are. This year I have to raise 9%. And that's outside of farmland. And that's outside of any state assessed property. So 9% is coming from majority of residents, because whatever the primary percentage of the county is, which is residential, that's the contributory value has to come from that category. So the state gives me a 3-year average, and our 3-year average, for me to be at 33 1/3, which is where the state says I have to be, I have to raise 9% to get. So what I'm trying to do is find undervalued properties, bring them up, so I'm not just putting a multiplier that's gonna affect that. Again, have a little bit of understanding of kind of why these assessed values are going up. It's the result of the market prices going on right now. The burden's already gonna be heavy on the taxpayers from the assessed value going up.
last year they saw some relief because we were able to lower, overall the tax rates went down so much. So it doesn't equal it out to zero, but it shifts that burden from being quite as high as it needed to be. But the school districts are really wanting me to give them, they're wanting to know what that high number is right now, because they're not gonna leave money on the table. And we can control what they do on this.
So the table, you should put something today so that the board can approve it, and that includes some taxation, and final approval at the December meeting. Meeting on the 12th, so the date for-
And so this is all coming from our computer software.
You also have to remember when you're looking at the whole meeting, negotiation last year. Put it into the picture. I don't think leaving money on the table is very smart.
Ready for motion? I move to recommend approval of the high, option to the board.
Which one did you recommend?
Voted exactly, kind of, more or less.
Is that a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ferguson? Yes.
Yes.
Discussion and action on the floodplain development.
Each had that, it hasn't changed from last meeting. I think that's probably part of the conversation yet that Doug and I need to continue. But that's just my opinion. I said, it's the exact same thing that I emailed you previously. I just wanted to make sure you have a hard copy of it.
So I haven't heard that Doug's ready to adopt this as.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'll table action on this and make a motion to table the action on this item.
Need a second?
Yes.
Oh, okay, second.
Me today.
Voice vote, all
Yeah.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we got discussion action on the wind ordinance, solar ordinance, and the ES ordinance. If you have that, just got the things.
Yeah.
Doug, get the updates, number. That's going to be table till.
So do we have what we think is a timeline on that now?
I would think next month would be.
Okay.
I'm hoping. If I go with you to look at it, anytime in advance.
So you mean it can be, table the three of these at one, with one motion? Okay. So I'll move to table action on the wind, solar, and BSF ordinances until the next meeting.
That's it. All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Just for clarification, I think it's, what we should be referring to it as BESS. I'm not sure what we're referring to it as.
It's BESF on here.
Facility.
I believe it's
Yeah.
BESS is how the state references it.
Okay.
It's
Open this.
battery energy storage systems is my.
Yes, it is.
Well, I never know, you're a wild one. You might pop out something, any new business?
I doing something, several weeks ago, I traveled, coming back from Indianapolis in the dark. And I noticed that the wind farm down south of, about 15, 20 miles south of Rankin, it's in another county. But I noticed that a lot of the lights, warning lights on the wind towers weren't operating. And it's only a couple of days after that, that the helicopter in Austin, Texas ran into a FM radio station tower, I think. And I wondered who's responsible for that, to ensure that they're remain lit. Is that the county's duty or is the FAA's duty or who's?
I think the regulation, regulation that's been changed, that not everyone has to be lit in its own. I don't remember what the interval is.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Okay.
I think your point is well taken, now it could be a safety issue.
Well, hopefully pilots would know enough to stay, well in the air.
For the sea of lights.
Yeah.
In any type of accident, you always hope that the operators wouldn't do what they did, but they did it anyway, and that's unfortunate, but reality.
Next motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item is